Hey, what is up guys? So we are going to be taking a look at two new cards. First off, Breaker the Dark Magical Warrior, as well as the new Raiza Mega Monarch. Now, this information is all available on the official Yu-Gi-Oh card website, but it is in Japanese, so I'm going to have my translation right here. So, first off, we have Breaker the Dark Magical Warrior. He's a dark spellcaster with 1600 attack and 1000 defense. He is level 6 though, so you can't normal summon him, unfortunately. But it says you can only use the, in parentheses, 4 effective Breaker the Dark Magical Warrior once per turn. When this card is normal summon, place 2 spell counters on this card. When this card is pendulum summon, place 3 spell counters on this card. This card gains 400 attack for each spell counter on it. You can remove 1 spell counter from this card, then target 1 spell trap card on the field, destroy that card. So, I still know very little about pendulum summoning, and I've tried to read explanations of other people's way to explain pendulum summoning. The thing is, I think it's out in Japan, but apparently we still can't figure out the exact ruling because a lot of people are still having, problems on understanding it. I myself am like way confused on it. We'll just have to wait until we see what the TCG says word for word, because as we know, TCG and OCG are different. We might have some completely different rule sets for whatever reason. I mean, heck, the TCG still has Stratos banned. But anyways, that said, I'm pretty sure what it means by the, in parentheses, 4 of Breaker the Dark Magical Warrior is you're only allowed to pop 1 spell or trap card per turn. You can't remove multiple counters in the same turn. I think that's what it is. Again, not positive on it. It all comes down to the translation of the card. But really what it comes down to as far as that card goes, I mean, did we forget Mobius was a thing? Like, you could pop 2 with Mobius and, Mobius still has that attack, whereas this card loses its attack, when it's getting its effect. I don't really understand if they're trying to support running this card in the Mega Monarchs. I mean, Mega Monarchs aren't even like a deck that players are playing. Even in the OCG, no one's really, doing anything with it. Monarchs are just a slower archetype. But the new Raiza is looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and jump into the new Raiza's effect. So, with Raiza the Mega Monarch, it is a wing. It's a wind/wing beast, so you can use Icarus attack on it, but it's got 2800 attack, 1000 defense, pretty standard for the Mega Monarchs. But its effect is that you can tribute summon this card by tributing 1 tributed summon monster. If this card is tribute summoned, target 1 card on the field and also 1 card in either graveyard. Return those cards to the top of the deck in any order. If this card was tributed summoned by tributing a wind monster, add this additional effect. You can target 1 additional card on the field, return that target to the hand. So that's pretty good. So not only does that really break your opponent's, at that point you're breaking your opponent's field, but also making it so they're going to be top decking a card that perhaps they don't want to top deck. Especially in a deck, well, not that anyone plays, well, there is technically the new plants, like the Sylvans. I mean, you can put back their Glow Up Bulb, you can put back something that they don't want to top deck. Maybe they've already set up to draw a Sylvan Cherry next turn. You get to ruin that setup, maybe get rid of an XYZ, maybe a Synchro monster, and bounce back something else. So I think that this is really good, and it has a lot of utility simply because you can target, 1 card in either graveyard. I'm not sure if there's anything really insane in Monarchs right now that you really would like to recycle. And you might be able to recycle, a Monarch or something else, but there's not anything really in the game, I think, that you would really want to recycle. I mean, we don't have Heavy Storm, we don't have Monster Reborn, we have Dark Hole, which is not a bad card, but at the same time, it's top decks, so it's a little bit slower, so you're going to be, top decking that card. It's not like it adds it immediately to your hand. So what it comes down to as far as the metagame, I think that the Breaker, depending on how that whole pendulum summoning goes, because like I said, I have very little information on how that works, like specifically. Apparently you go by these like levels and it can change its levels. There's a new zone for the pendulum zone. I won't get too much into it because it's just going to cause more confusion for you guys, but once the official TCG effect comes out for the pendulum summoning, I'll let you guys know exactly how it works, as well as perhaps what might actually be viable in it. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of these cards. Are you going to run them in your deck, whether it be Mega Monarchs or not? It looks like they're trying to push Mega Monarchs just a little bit. I mean, anything that is, on the page, whether it be, something that they're trying to discuss, I really think that they try to push those cards just a little bit. I mean, do you guys remember Tardy Orc? That card was a secret rare. They tried to push that, and then, nothing happened to it, and then they didn't support it. So I really think that usually when they try to push stuff, like they try to show it on a page and they give some explanation, they want to try to make that card good. Sometimes it never ends up being good, but it looks like they're trying hard with the Mega Monarchs. There's going to be a lot of support. Maybe they'll just release like a spellbook of the Judgment for, Monarchs, and at that point, the deck might actually be good. But anyways, yeah, I think Monarchs are just too slow of a deck in the, game to compete right now, but we'll have to see what support comes out in the future. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Azneyes out.